Alright boys, welcome back to the channel. Today it is the start of the Vanarama North season, our first season in this save. 2 games for you today. We're also going to take a little look at which players were born in Yorkshire. Maybe some of you will not be aware of, some of you obviously will. Our dream signings, and also I'm going to show you how I've put my little filters together as well, just so you can see how me and my scouting team with the Patreons, big by the way, shout out to all the Patreons, going along the screen. Let's get into it. What I'd appreciate as well, smash a like on today's video. The first episode is up there right now if you haven't seen it, so go check that out. Big thank you to everyone who's dropped a like, and I really appreciate if we just keep smashing that like button. The little old FM Trek channel needs a little bit of love, so I'd appreciate it while this series is in the early days that you do that for me. Alright boys, let's get into it. Really excited to see how we shape up this season.
We're proud to be Yorkshire. From North Sea to Cornwall, we call it all home. We're proud to be Yorkshire. From States to Totley, straight to Ripon and Otley. We're proud to be Yorkshire. From North Sea to Cornwall, we call it all home.
Little bit of housekeeping first. Slight error, slight little panic. I think in the last video we spoke about who we were actually playing first. I had to start the database again. I'd forgotten to change the names of, to be honest, I only wanted Man United because when we play Man United at some point in the FA Cup final in 10 years' time, I didn't want to be playing Manchester United UFC. I made a couple of changes with the Sort It Out SI change pack thing, you know, the changes that you make, the real name fixes. I went back into the game to start it again, and then York City Soccer Club disappeared and it was back as York City. So I had a little bit of a panic. Restarted it again, changed a few things. I've managed to get it working now. So today's games are Gateshead and Kettering. And for the first home game, I've got a nice little offer for you. We've had a little message from the chairman. He dropped it in the comments. Lewis Black won the competition with chairman. He left this message to all you fans. My first move as chairman is £1 pints for all season ticket holders. So all of you that are watching and liking, I just want you to put down in the comments, what's your favourite beer? What's your favourite beer? What beer do you want to see in the clubhouse at Athletic Club York? I'm a Staropramen man. Let me know down below. What's your favourite beer? Just gets that YouTube algorithm ticking over. All right, let's get into it. It is Gateshead. As you can see, pre-season has been bloody good. We have racked up some wins. We've tweaked. We've nibbled away at the tactic a little bit. What I've done is, we spoke about the 2 tactics last week. I've turned this 3-4-3 into a bit of a shut-up shot kind of thing. We're just going to, though, bring these onto just wing back on support. But as you can see, the mentalities and everything is staying. That's basically just to see if we can hold on to a victory a little bit. And then tactic 3 is just a variation on the first tactic. Instead of having a sitting midfielder, we've just got someone up in the AP. We've changed the centre midfielder onto tack to box midfielder. So there's the tactics. I'm feeling confident. We've had a few nasty injuries. Kendrick has been our number 1 this season and has picked up a nasty injury. Torn calf muscle for the goalkeeper. Habringham as well. Injury, out for 5 weeks and 2 months. So he's left us not short. We have got a goalkeeper in George Sykes Kenworthy, but we're a little bit short on the left. I was hoping that I'd get full amount of games out of Habringham. So that's a little bit of a concern. We've not dived into the transfer market as yet. Talking of the transfer market, people are asking me, you know, we've been discussing, by the way, I put any Yorkshire players that I may have missed. Someone's already talked about Josh Windas's brother in the last episode, so put your thoughts down below. There is also a little bit of a bug, not so much of a bug. Okay, so some players in the game don't actually have a registered birth. So Zach Bell, just for instance, if we're after Zach Bell, he's Welsh, so we probably were never going to be able to sign him. But if you click on his information, it always puts the capital city. So for an English player, it'll say London. Now I'm guaranteeing that as Harry Gardner has come through the youth system at Sunderland, I would suggest he's come through and was born in and around the Sunderland North East area. So if there's any players that I do not mention, by all means, put them down in the comments, because Gabby Mcgill was one of them. I've got him in at York City. York City. How dare I say that? At Athletic Club. It said in the game he was born in London, and he wasn't. He was born in York. So any suggestions, put them down below. Now, what I have got is, I have changed a filter. I've got a filter on. I've also got birth city. So I've added birth city to my custom view and saved it. So I always got the birth city up, just in case I miss any towns or places in Yorkshire. So when I'm filtering, look, what I tend to do is, I often just do it in place names like that. So it's loads of York. I have, however, got a nice little filter called the Yorkshire Filter. And it has all of these place names that I've come across so far that you can use as birthplaces in the game. There may be more. If I've missed any, by all means, put them down in the comments, because I will no doubt have missed some. So far, I've got York, Leeds, Middlesbrough, Scarborough, Bradford, Hull, Huddersfield, Pudsey, Pickering, Barnsley, Doncaster, Wakefield, Rotherham, Redcar, Beverley and Sheffield. So if I've missed any, let me know. Obviously, there is 1,000,001 places in Yorkshire, but not all of them. Like Malton, for instance, for example, my hometown is not in the game. However, this is what we have to work with. Now, I imagine most of you were familiar with Erling Haaland actually being born in Leeds. The dream is to sign him as like probably a 35-year-old. That would be pretty cool. So we need to get up in and around Premier League 10 years. It's probably not going to happen with our limitations, but, you know, we got to have the dream signing, and that is that. I think one that I would like to bring in is Ben Godfrey. Now, he has come through the youth system. York pocketed a nice about £2.53 million from his sale from Norwich to Everton. Last summer? So I would like to have him in at some point. And then, obviously, there's a nice array of talent. We're going to have missed most of these. But, you know, Dan James is still young. There's a chance we get him. Jack Clark, born in York. Harry Maguire. Do we really want him in the game? Probably not. Mason Greenwood, can we be a Premier League force in and around 10 years? And then we can have Greenwood and Haaland up front. There's Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We're going to miss out. You know, we may try and sign like a 37-year-old Kyle Walker and John Stones as a 35-year-old. We might be able to do bits like that. Mason Holgate is in there. Matty Longstaff, Dale Fry was a good youth player, I think, in the game at one point, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Liam Cooper, Leeds United captain. Fabian Delph, you know, we may be able to get him in when we're maybe in a football league at 34, 35. So there's some decent players. There is some decent players, but it's all going to be down a little bit, I think, to what we can bring through the youth system. All right, so there you go. Any suggestions, players, place names? People were asking me how I'm finding my players. I am using my Patreon, so my scouting tier, top tier, they get the save file 2 times a year to have a little flick through the surrounding clubs, all the Yorkshire clubs, and see what they can find for me as well. If you are interested in that, becoming a patron, links down below. All right, let's get into today's games. Gateshead away and then Kettering at home. All right, boys, so we are going with Kenworthy, Harrison, Wheater Club captain, Semple, Butterfield holding, Noble Lazarus, attacking player out on the left-hand side. He's 2-star, very flexible. He's a little bit okay across the board. More of an attacking player, so it'll be interesting to see how he gets on that side. Kebby, ex-Leeds United, Atletico Madrid. Rezonka, Palmer, Big John Parkin, and Jamie Hopcutt up front. And on the bench, we've got Kennedy, Jebson King, Kawamia, Luca Colville, and Gabby Mcgill. I am a little bit nervous that this is going to go terribly wrong. The easiest thing to do is just to plug in a 4-4-2, isn't it? It has been good in pre-season. My only little worry is we've not conceded loads of goals, but we've maybe conceded, if anything, we've maybe just conceded a few too many. Kind of given the opposition a load of chances. I really wanted us to not be the most exciting going forward, but to be solid, clean sheets, not give the other team anything, control the game in terms of possession. That's what I was after. Right, first highlight, into my reign as manager. Palmer into Parkin, Hopkin. We've got Callum Rezonka coming through. Finish, he smashes it in. Get in. That is the central midfielder on attack, boys. Forward runs like that. Beautiful link up by the front players as well. Rezonka carries on his run. We started it from the back. Palmer into Parkin, into Hopcutt. Lovely vision. Lovely third man run from Rezonka. He nearly got fouled, actually. And he's hammered it home. It's Gateshead 0, Athletic Club York 1. I'm fancying Gateshead for potentially probably a playoff spot. By the looks of it, they've got a few York City boys in there, Langstaff and Tinkler. They've got a free kick. Williams with it. Can we defend? Can we defend set pieces? We should do a little bit because Big Dave Wheater was there, captain. And that's just gone wide from Campbell. Josie Altador has put York City up. They've signed 3 players, by the way. I think one of them was Lee Novak, which is a player who's been around the Football League in terms of goal scoring. Right, John Parkin. Free kick, big man. What a guy. He got the most love in the comments, by the way, after episode 1. So I think we're only going to get him for a season. He has hit that like Cristiano Ronaldo, prime Cristiano Ronaldo. Gives it a little bit of that as well. No doubt the Gateshead fans were calling him a fat bastard. Right. 2-0. What a dream start. I would love a clean sheet. I would love a clean sheet. That's me now, as you'll know, you boys that watch the channel. Every time I say something like that, they go down the other end and score. But we may go, chip him, bud. Chip him, Jamie. He slotted it in. He slotted it wide. It was just there to be chipped, wasn't he? And he took the side foot option, and he's not managed to even hit the target. We've only had 4 shots. I think the tactic is... The tactic's going to take time. We have to constantly, I think, tweak away at it. Right, Noble Lazarus is struggling. This is going to be the thing. We've also got only 5 subs. Jebson King is coming on. He's not the greatest. I am looking around 70 minutes to kind of shut up shop a little bit, I think. And we're going to do it now, right on 70 minutes. We're going to go to our 3-4-3. We're going to go Butterfield and Razonka in the middle, and we're just going to bring Kuwamia on this left-hand side. A little bit of pace as well to try and hit on the break. Just covers the wide areas a little bit for us. We'll leave Big John up there now. I think we'll bring on probably Gabby at some point. People are dying on the pitch, though, to be fair. I'm going to have to rotate. Williams is in a decent area here for Gateshead. We've blocked it quite well. Bailey with the strike. It's just gone over. Have we got a wing back? Colville can kind of do a job on there for us. Rotation. This is why the B team is key, boys. Northman asked how I was working it. So the idea is that I still bring youth players through, because obviously Brentford don't have a youth system. I'm still bringing youth players through, but we're using the Brentford model as in a B team. So my under-23s are not in the under-18s or under-23s leagues. The idea is that I give them friendlies. Now, I can't really give them friendlies this season because we ain't got any players in it. But over the course of the next few seasons, we'll play friendlies. We'll keep them fit. It will help us to have players of the age of maybe 20, 21, 22 who can play regular football in the B team, but also be a part of the first team squad. So they keep their fitness with us, but at the same time, they're in and around the first team squad. I'm aiming to play games every Wednesday for the B team so we can move players around, players to get fitness, players coming back from injuries. That's the plan. There we go, boys. 2-0. 2 very well taken goals. Clean sheet. John Parkin free kick. What a way to start the campaign. All right, we're going to dive straight in to the Kettering game. Kettering, who have gone top, and the same Kettering side that actually beat York City at the weekend. York City drew against Bradford Park Avenue, so the pressure is on. I'll just show you the transfers they've made, because they have signed a few. They've signed 4. Right, first one, Matt Jones, goalkeeper. A little bit unneeded because they've already got a decent goalkeeper. Ryan Corrigan, nice-ish left back, nice and solid, decent going forward by the looks of it. 11 crossing, 12 tackling, 5'10", I suppose. Isn't too shabby at this age, at this level. Lee Kovac, really nice pickup. I imagine he will score a few goals for them. Hasn't scored yet. Has scored a couple in pre-season. But they already have a massive amount of strikers. And then Jem Karasan, veteran central midfielder. So they've bolstered in the attacking area. And I didn't think they quite needed to. But we will see some weird and wonderful signings, no doubt, throughout this save from York City Soccer Club. I am in charge of training myself, so I'm just, at the moment, to get through pre-season, I was just doing a general thing, and then over the next few weeks, I'll maybe even do a video on it, how I'm setting up my training structure and stuff. I'm just a little bit worried that we're just training them a little bit too hard. That's what she said. So what I'm going to do is just give a day off. I do find if you do the generic session plans and training schedules, they do hammer physical stuff on the Mondays, and I don't think you're at the start of the season, you've just done pre-season, you've played loads of games. Do you really need to be doing physical and then a full outfield session on the Monday? Probably not. So they're going to have a recovery on the Sunday and then a nice little rest. And by the looks of it, a week of defensive work. All right, boys, and we are back. Same team. Nothing's changed. We managed to get through a week of defensive work without too many injuries, which is good. Without any further injuries. So hopefully we'll get these players back over the next few weeks. We are in our famous red and white stripes. There is Bootham Crescent, looking beautiful after a little bit of refurb. Here we go. Kettering won the first game of the season. I don't imagine them to be up there at the end. They've generally struggled in real life. Their budget will be one of the smallest. I think Luke O'Neill will be their star player, ex-York City, loanee. Right, Noble Lazarus, we've got a little bit of a short corner routine. Harrison! Scott Harrison, the right-sided centre-half. Lovely short corner routine. If you would like to see a video on the short corner routine, it is a version 2.0 from my one from last year. Just tweaked a couple of things. Let me know. I've not seen that combination before. Right in the middle of goal. Shocking defending. Getting a volley from a corner in the 6-yard box is not very good, but we will take it. We are up and running at home at Bootham Crescent. I'll be interested as well to see how our crowd is compared to some of the others. Right, Rezonka. Palmer hits it from distance. He strikes it. It's 2-0. 25 minutes gone. And Athletic Club York have started as well as what we could have dreamt of, really. We're going to be looking on course for 2 wins out of 2. There is going to be bigger fish to fry in this league. Fylde, Chester, York City Soccer Club. But hang on, Kettering are in. Good save from Kenworthy. So there's going to be bigger fish to fry. I don't think we're just going to blitz through this league after what we've seen in these first 2 games. There are Fylde, 1-0 up against Kidderminster. They'll have a pretty decent budget as well. We've only had 3 shots though. 3 shots to their 6. So that's an interesting way. Obviously, we're set up. We are set up not to be too, we're playing with 3 at the back. We've got a sitter. We've got 2 wide players as well as wing backs. We haven't got that many players up the pitch. We have got the other tactic to use if need be. York are down 1-0 down to Charlie. Love that. Parking. Out to Kebby. What's he got? Dig out a cross. He has done. Big John's there. No, cleared. We get excited when Big John gets anywhere near the ball, don't we? Right, Palmer. He's going to have to come off at half-time. Hop cut to Rezonka. Hits the woodwork and goes over the bar. I've really got to do these substitutions cleverly. We will bring on Luca Colville. Really good 45 minutes though, boys. Really good. Okay, Sheriff with the corner. Smith's underneath it. It's just gone over. We've survived. We're in charge of the ball. 59% possession. That's what I really like our possession stats to be good. I've always had a little tactical idea in my head, and this year it's about working the other team, keeping the ball, keeping clean sheets, and being clinical up the other end. And so far, that's what we have bloody done. Right, Rezonka can come off. He can't come off. 5 bloody subs. That's a nightmare. We need to get to the Football League quickly. Have we got a centre half? Yeah, Terry Kennedy, the millionaire, can come on. And let's get Gabby on. We didn't get Gabby on last time. Squad rotation is going to be key, boys. Right, Noble Lazarus with the corner. Colville cleared. Second phase, Jacob Butterfield. Just jog into it. Just jog to it, bud. No problem. Noble Lazarus. Can he whip in across? He's gone deep. Mcgill, he's gone deep. That's what she said. And Gabby Mcgill gets a nice little header at the far post. Athletic Club York 3. Kettering Town 0. What a start to the season we have made, boys. Lovely leap from Gabby. Just heads it down into the corner. 3-0. Oh, clean sheet. Come on. Clean sheet. Clean sheet. Clean sheet. Clean sheet. Clean sheet. Focus. It's probably too late for the focus. Hill. Good tackle. That was never a penalty in a million years. Callum Rezonka will be gutted there. And now they're going to have a chance from the spot just like that. And have put it in 3-1. Just to spoil the party a little bit. Right, we've got one last chance. Rezonka's gone deep over the bar. I need to stop saying that. Gone deep. There's only so many. That's what she says I can bring in to one episode. Right, Noble Lazarus. This should be game over. Butterfield. Just nice and patient. We're nice and patient. Butterfield. Colville. Into Rezonka. He's been brilliant again, Rezonka. Really unlucky with that penalty. It was just a big tackle. Oh, Colville. That's a shocker. Lee Novak has won it in the 90th minute for York City Soccer Club. That's what they're paying him £2,400 a week for. Come on, referee. Blow the whistle, man. Rezonka. There it is. What was the attendance? Nice. 3,650. About what York City kind of get on a decent enough day, I think, at the moment. I think 3.5 is maybe just a little bit more than average. But we are a new club. Lots of positivity at the club. That'll bring people through the door. We'll see the league table. Surely we're top. Bit annoyed on that refereeing decision for a penalty. We're going to have to live with that. No VAR just yet. There we are, boys. Only 2 teams have picked up. York did win 2-1. We are going to just, each episode, we are going to keep tabs on what our rivals are doing. I think that's going to make it even more fun. Altidore and Novak get in on the score sheet in the second half. All right, boys, that is it. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you smash a like on today's video. Let me know which of those Yorkshire signings would you like to see. If there's any signings I've missed, and remember, the chairman wants to know what lager you boys want to drink in the clubhouse. Make sure you put it down in the comments. And as always, thank you very much. Absolutely loving putting this together today. Been a pleasure. Thank you. See you later.